dislocation. This is the one-dimensional defect. When Wurzer vector is parallel to dislocation, then we get screw dislocation. Here, Wurzer vector is slip directions, which is parallel to the tangent vector or dislocation line. Here we have perfect simple cubic crystal. If I want to create defect to this crystal to have screw dislocation, let me assume red vertical plane as my slip plane. The red vertical plane divide the crystal into two halves, left and right. Let us say that right half slip with respect to left half to create the dislocation line. The dislocation line is the boundary between the slip and unslipped part. If divides the slip plane in two sides, front and back, the front side will be the slip region and the back side will be no slip region. When the plane will slip with the amount equal to one interplanar space, that will become Wurzer vector. Now the right half has slipped with the respect to the left half, but slip is confined only to the front of the vertical boundary, which we had decided to make a dislocation line. Now this line has become a dislocation line, and since this slip direction has become parallel to the dislocation line, this will be a screw dislocation. The name screw came from the fact if we try now to start to make a circuit on a top face, a crystal, and we make a clockwise circuit in it, we would not arrive at the starting point and came to the next plane down. If I will continue the circuit, I will come to the third plane and so on. So now what has happened? Screw dislocation has connected the discrete plane into one single spiral ramp, and this is why it is called screw dislocation. At last, we conclude that parallel planes perpendicular to the dislocation line to form a continuous spiral ramp with dislocation line as its axis. There is no extra half plane in this dislocation.